Right, on Frost in game number 2, it is the Blue Terran Liquid Bunny.
Well spotted. And in the bottom right-hand corner, spawning in the purple this time, let's see if this color goes better for him. It's Botvinnik, currently down 0-1. Let's hope he can bring it back and take us to a third game here.
Yeah. He had good moves. It wasn't like a complete stomp. Like, Botvinnik had good ideas. It's just unfortunate that, that opener, if they go Viking Raven, it's pretty bad for someone who was banking a lot into that Banshee. I mean, he got Cloak and 2 Banshees as well. So, he already got, it got kind of screwed over right there. And then, of course, just a little like missing out on the map, with his Marines and whatnot, a little bit here and there. So I think, good ideas, more staple opener. He can actually bring this into like a very even mid game at the very least.
Yeah, certainly. I think it was just kind of a good old Rifkin. It was just kind of an unfortunate start, really. I mean, he also lost that first Banshee that he sent in to the Viking and Raven, so that's like one less thing that he has as an attacking or defensive tool. I mean, the Bunny was the one to eventually move out on the map and come at him. So I felt like Botvinnik was very much stuck in his base, a little bit scared to properly go out there and go at him. And I felt like he really did actually need to do something because Bunny had that expansion earlier. Then he got a third, and Botvinnik was still kind of hiding on his 2 base, unsure about how exactly to get a foot in the door, so to speak. So, yeah, maybe he'll switch it up this time. Maybe he won't go for the Banshee and set himself up with a sort of more anti-Banshee opener instead.
Yeah.
I guess only time will tell what these guys are actually going to throw out.
Yeah, of course. Surprising that neither of them did well, at least at the very least, Botvinnik didn't do an SCV scout last time. But on Frost, you really should. You want to know where your opponent is before you get that Banshee out. You are going to get a Banshee. We actually have Bunny going for the not greedy opener this time. Both are going to be going for that immediate factory.
All right, so yeah, pretty much mirrored so far, and I don't think I'd be super surprised to see Bunny not bother with the scout. I'm certain that he's feeling very confident at the moment, going, yeah, I mean, that was kind of pretty one-sided for me. That plays into how you pick your builds and how you play out the rest of the match a lot, of course. If you think you're going to beat your opponent if you just play normally, then, you don't need to be overly crazy with your scouting and information gathering this early on. I mean, of course, it would be terrible if he was getting cheese, but luckily, that's not the case.
Yeah, cheese.
It would actually be kind of interesting if they took it to a third game and tried to do some sort of cheese. I mean, do people really try that much in TV?
Not really. Like there's some people who try 2 racks with Marines. And I don't think that's that good. And there's people who try 2 racks with Reapers, and that can be good, especially against certain openers. It really starts to snowball into maybe an auto win, very rarely, but sometimes. But yeah, like that's what I was talking about. Like, there's not really an opportunity to try and catch your opponent that off guard in TVT. There's not really builders or like there's not really all ins either. There's no SCV pools in TVT, so it's really a great matchup to really determine skill. I mean, even ZVZ has that one lucky bandling sometimes. Protoss, of course, has the secret tech and whatever. TVT, people have just gotten really good at scouting and defending and not having to scout to defend and stuff like that. So oddly enough, we do have both players going for the Banshee. I would honestly have expected Botvinnik not to, like, seriously, because he got shot down so hard last time, but he thinks it's a good idea. And what sometimes happens, it doesn't happen in a while, I guess because people have gotten so good again, but like Banshee versus Banshee, I've seen games where like they each kill like 20 workers and then it's like the weirdest game ever and you're like, all right, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, people go for Banshees so commonly. It's not exactly a surprising thing to see, but I always love watching TVTs where it's Banshee versus Banshee because I think it's absolutely a true test of the player's skill in keeping up their macro, but at the same time kind of microing on 2 fronts, trying to minimize the damage, trying to maximize their own damage in their opponent's base. It just gets so crazy. And I have to say, I don't envy any Terran players that actually have to do this because it looks like a workout, that's for sure. But I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. We didn't really get to see a display of how Botvinnik's micro went in the last game because he just kind of unfortunately lost them. But yeah, I mean,
well,
okay, I was going to start picking away at the Marines to start.
First blood.
Both Banshees are in the bases now. Bunny gets a much faster Raven than Botvinnik, and Also, I think he has more Marines. Botvinnik is just trying to chase this Banshee. He has one scan, and that is going to be it. That Raven is a long ways from popping up. It takes so long to make. Where, like, his Botvinnik's Banshee, again, pretty much completely denied. Almost died as
Can
well.
he get it? Oh,
Ah!
no way. Just barely doesn't get it. That's so unfortunate, but well, at the same time, Botvinnik does escape, doing much less damage though. 6 workers killed for Bunny so far, 2 for Botvinnik. Not devastating amounts of damage, of course, but still, Bunny with the upper hand, still doing great work with this Banshee on 2 health.
God, I just would have been like, nope, I'm out. Like, this
Yep.
is why these guys are so good. So, at the end, it was 8 worker kills for Bunny compared to just 2 of Botvinnik. I would say not as bad as last time. As last time, it was just complete like no,
Yeah.
no. But still, not the best start for him. Definitely more stable. And I feel like if he can survive
Mm.
any like of the immediate follow pushes again with those tanks, which he should because he's doing pretty much the exact same build, then it can get into a very interesting mid game.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, at least this time he's also kept the Banshee, so we can use it for scouting purposes, send it home, repair it up a little bit, and then use it again later. He's already heading out across the map, and in fact, taking a secret base on the left-hand side
Ooh.
of the map. That's really interesting. Not something you see very often, but I think this is actually a good idea for him because obviously he's kind of feeling, well, I don't think I can beat this guy in a straight-up game. He's pretty good. So this is certainly one way that he could try and get a leg up.
Yeah, I like the way he scout, like he puts it too. Usually people will start scouting if they have any, suspicion in the corner bases only, not the pockets. I guess the third of the mains,
Yeah.
but that's pretty cool. We'll see if it really works out for him. Now he is pushing in here. Needs to be a little bit careful because again, both players are pretty much going for the exact same build. It's really going to come down to who, like, does the Banshee get the snipe on the tank? Does he win by that? Or does he overstay his welcome and Bunny is too much and overwhelms him and then the counterattack is immediate and very powerful?
Yeah, we'll have to see what goes down. I mean, I think the only thing that would trigger Bunny to actually go look around on the map if he got a glimpse of Botvinnik's natural and goes, huh, there's still no command center there? Are you doing some sort of crazy one base all in or are you doing something
Yeah.
else? But even so, I mean,
Ooh, ooh, ah.
oh no, keep that Raven.
He did not expect that many Raven or Vikings, almost for sure.
Yeah, well, that's one less unit for him, and he's kind of out in the middle of nowhere at the moment. I think he's feeling kind of like, what do I do against this guy? I don't think I can really push in, and obviously with the high ground advantage for Bunny at the moment, he's got the ramp, he's got the positioning. There's not really going to be too much for Botvinnik to actually do down here. So he's sending his SUVs over to his new base, so hopefully that'll get mining shortly. But still, once again, his expansion is far behind on Bunny's.
Yeah, like the hidden base is only going to be useful if Bunny takes forever to get his like. If they both get, it's only going to be useful if they both don't get the command center at the exact same time. Which like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
is Botvinnik really going to get up to 3 bases? I'm not so sure. Bunny has a really good lead in army supply right now, and he can push out and try and start like pushing across the map.
Well, here we go. We've got our first proper engagement here. Looks like the siege tanks for Botvinnik actually taking a huge beating. Air units even landing for Bunny. And Bunny, well, he just cleans that up and heads back home. Keeps a hold of his siege tank count, which is really nice. Because Botvinnik's unfortunately reset at this point. Still no third command center or anything. Pretty small army. I don't know. I kind of feel like with a hidden base, wouldn't you go for a third CC a little bit quicker or something like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
he's just not getting an advantage out of this.
I mean, just think of it, guys. Like pretty much they're both on 2 bases. Just one's farther away and doesn't have gas, by the way, which is a bad thing. So like, is it really helping them out right now? I don't think it is. Usually you only get a hidden base at the third because they don't expect you to have a third.
Mm.
But they always expect you to have a natural, and honestly, both people do have naturals, and it's just I don't know if it's really gonna work out for him. He's gonna have to at least survive his attack before he can really say
Yeah.
for sure. But Bunny's getting a faster third than he is.
Yeah, I guess like maybe one advantage that he has is I don't even want to say it's an advantage, but he's got the high ground now, which makes it harder
Yeah.
for Bunny to get in here. But at the same time, Bunny's army is just looking bigger. He's got air dominance. He's got that low ground positioning. He did very well with it in the last game. He doesn't actually even have to commit here; just threaten.
Yeah, exactly. Just threaten here. It's. I also see that the command center is just building, and he's got to be like, okay, that's way too late. You didn't pull SCVs. That wasn't an all-in. That was a standard tank
Yeah.
attack after a Banshee. You have a secret command center somewhere, and he is going
Yeah.
to send a Marine right to it. And
Yeah.
Botvinnik is just, well, it didn't work.
He knows what's up. Yep. He hasn't really been able to extend an advantage from this, unfortunately. Drop goes off in the main. Nice try from Botvinnik to get something done. Not quite able to get too much going here, I guess, but he's kept the drop alive. He can always duck in there again. He knows that the majority of the forces across the map. I suppose the danger now for him is going to be trying to hold on to this hidden command center because Liquid Bunny, he is heading right for it, and unfortunately Botvinnik has nothing over here to defend. I don't think he can even head it out across the map to try and deal with it. Bunny's
Yeah.
army is just that much bigger.
He has to give it up. I'm surprised he hasn't already given it up. Like right now, move your SCVs, go, go, go.
Yeah,
You're gonna lose it, and like all the SCVs and the command center,
this is
and
crazy. He can actually easily save the SCVs
yeah,
right now.
he could have. And I don't know. I don't know. He's losing everything right now, and that's even worse for him.
Put it this way, you're playing up against Bunny, you're being streamed, it's a lot of pressure, I can't exactly blame him for the sort of one-sided play that we're seeing here, but, he's not doing terribly, but Bunny's skill level looks like he's just kind of outclassed him at this point. And now Bunny is going to come for a follow-up push at the same time that Botvinnik is headed out across the map, so I guess they're going to be trading blows here. I can't see Bunny really trying to head home.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. Whoever attacks first, whoever is the boldest, because neither of them really have defenses. But if Botvinnik waits because he thinks he might, he's gonna be in trouble. No, he rushes in immediately. We also have the drop in the main for Bunny as well, and now we're gonna have a very odd. Well, it's gonna be probably just a base for a base. Okay. The thing is that Bunny's in the production while Botvinnik quite isn't yet. He's starting to, but his tanks aren't there. So eventually.
Oh, wow. He's actually going to clean up the Marines almost, not
Just
quite.
barely, but Bunny still has production to use. Right now he's supply level, looks like.
Yeah.
Botvinnik doesn't have any production. Like, literally is a starport.
Oh, that
Not gonna help
there.
you.
Oh no, the tanks for Botvinnik going down. This is probably Botvinnik's best chance, so this actually looks a lot closer than I expected it to be. He's still in here, still in the production, doing what he can, microing back. Very nice stutter step there from Botvinnik, trying to get it as much as he can, but unfortunately, Liquid Bunny just too strong there, takes the 2-0.
Yep. So again, it was pretty accurate the last time they got 2-0 this time. Again, 2-0 for Bunny, and he will be advancing on into group stage number 3, which I think there's still some matches going on. Really hard to say. There's so many matches, you can't keep track of it. But I guess just look around the streams. If you guys want something else, we gotta wait till the official start of Group 3, the official brackets for Group 3.
Yeah.